Day one at the soccer tournament and footballing royalty coming up in our next game from Wake Med Sports Park in Cary, North Carolina, as Sergio Aguero and Selección Potrero square off against his former club, Atlético Madrid, who are making their debut in the tournament. It's round two of the group stage. Welcome back in from Tony Husband. Delighted to be joined once again by my new best friend, Lloyd Sam.
I like it.
And, well, Sergio Aguero and his group got off to a winning start earlier today. Atlético, though, they choked, let a big lead slip.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing that can happen in this tournament.
It's got to be revenge for Atlético. Sergio Aguero and his team, they've got their win. You can't lose two in a row for Atlético Madrid. I think this is going to be a great game to watch because they have to go for it.
Well, let's take a look at the players to watch, presented by soccer.com. And we start with the man himself, Sergio Aguero.
Sergio Aguero, really impressed with him in the first game. Really worked hard. He's got himself fit. He's recruited well and got this team together. This means a lot to him, and he showed it in the first game. And Atlético Madrid.
Look at the other side. Look at this legend.
Diego Godin, real legend, high mentality player, and he's going to get his boys up for it. If you know about him, you know that he doesn't hold back. Very aggressive, tough tackler. Should be a good game.
Knows all about tournament soccer as well, but it did not start well for Atlético Madrid. They need a win against Sergio Aguero and co. The game is coming up next.
The soccer tournament is presented by RBC Wealth Management, the official wealth management partner of TST.
And we welcome you into Field 3, where there is a real feeling of expectation in the air for this one tonight. Selección Potrero, the team of Sergio Aguero against Atletico Madrid, one of the clubs he graced in his fine career. Reminder of how TST works. These are the rules. This is 7-on-7 soccer with two 20-minute halves. No offsides, no throw-ins. They'll kick the ball in. The ball must be advanced every 8 seconds, otherwise it's a free kick. And every match ends in target score time. And we'll outline the rules of that as we work our way through the next 40 minutes or so. Sergio Aguero and his group made a winning start earlier today. And this group, which is made up of some very good small-sided soccer players, taking on the might of Atlético Madrid, who've got some veterans in there, some great names of yesteryear, but a team who saw it all come apart for them earlier on and sacrificed a 4-2 lead, and straight away, right from the get-go, an early chance and an early shot which goes flying wide. Well, Lloyd Sam, corner.
It's a good look early in the game there.
And Aguero comes to fetch this one straight away.
Listen, one thing you'll notice about Sergio Aguero is he's a lot fitter. He's not afraid to run around the pitch. He's recruited well. This means a lot to him, and I love his approach from the first game this morning.
The second corner squirms through the box.
But this Selection Potrero team was extremely aggressive in that game. Could have been a couple red cards on some elbows. They got away with it. I would suggest they play a bit closer to the line in this game.
It seemed to be going so well for Atletico earlier, but it went wrong for them. They had a nasty baptism when it comes to target score time. They were 4-2 up and ultimately lost 5-4 to certified Lions, who performed like Lions, I have to say, in that added time.
And those are the games you want to watch here. That's what you come to TST for, those sort of turnarounds. Target score, you need 3 goals, and they come back. Would have loved to have seen the celebration.
Let's run all the way out and downfield by Augusto Fernandez, and it will be a corner for Atletico. Of course, the Master Club, 11-time La Liga champions. Godin, one of the stars, 40 years of age, 39 years of age. I don't want to age him any more than he is, but he's patrolling the penalty area at the moment. And a chance for them to try and get a shot away, and they do. Corvo with the early effort.
Well, the weather's a lot different to the 11 a.m. game, and that one was very slow. This one has started just as slow. I thought it was down to the weather. Probably more tactics sitting in.
Civelli plays it across that back line. As I mentioned, Selección Potrero made a winning start earlier. 2-0. They beat Trident FC. So they've set this one up against Atletico very nicely for them.
Good ball.
And it's rattled the woodwork. They might get a chance on the rebound. It's still alive and flashes across the face of goal.
Santiago free, lively. Had a shot earlier on. But this is well worked with this shot off the post here. At that near post. Flush off the post. Can you hit this one first time, Freen? I would hope.
A couple of early chances to break the deadlock for Selección Potrero, and absolutely smashing into the woodwork. Meantime, Corvo takes the free kick, the kick in. Felled on the far side of the field, and the veteran knew all about that, so free kick. Lloyd Sam's cameo is over. It was an outstanding broadcast from him, one of his best, 4 minutes in, and I'm rejoined by Michael Lahoud, Borussia Dortmund. And you're going to have to tell me how your team got on. We've just been so busy with the action over here as this free kick swung in, and then they kept their arms down nicely in the box. Odin then retreating gives away the foul. So that's a free kick. Michael, welcome back. How did game 2 go?
I don't know the German word for tough. Can't say the other word that it's on my mind right now, but it was a difficult night, difficult first day, but we had the right effort, the right mentality. Just fell short at the end. It just goes to show the importance of target score time, where you can have all the control, all the momentum, but as soon as you get to the target score time, it's a completely different game, and you have to be locked in, especially offensively. We took a man off, the goalkeeper being that, and when you do that, the extra man on, you have to be clinical.
Unlimited substitutes, don't forget. And that'll come in useful for these players who've already played today. So this the day of the grind, as you just talked about there. You know, getting through 2 games. They'll play just once tomorrow, and a bit of time as well before each of them plays tomorrow. Some 20 hours of rest. But what will the state of play be for them in this tournament? Miranda out there at the moment. Another veteran, storied La Liga winner with Atlético Madrid back in the day, and was forced to defend wide against his former teammate in Aguero.
You see the familiarity, lots of training ground battles, I'm sure. As soon as that ball floated to the back post, you can see casual but restrained intensity, knowing that Kun Aguero wants to get him flat-footed and then maybe have a strike across the face of goal.
Thiago Freyan, who had an effort earlier on. Sergio Aguero turned 37 on Monday. Celebrating his birthday at a TST.
No better way to celebrate a birthday than winning $1 million.
Absolutely. Well, Lloyd, Sam and I were talking about the way you might spend $1 million. Lloyd said it goes very quickly once you have a party.
Yeah. Lloyd's in Miami and Charlotte, back and forth, because I can imagine how quick that goes in those 2 cities.
But Chad Porch was being more sensible with explaining that he did indeed do what he said he'd do with his winnings, which was look after them carefully. That's a good battle going on at the edge of the penalty area there. And Atlético got a free kick. Edgar Alvaro, who plays in the Kings League, one of a number of players who play in the indoor league in Spain. He's had his hair done for the occasion, the blonde locks. And a free kick for Atlético. This is a Group L encounter. The other teams, Certified Lions and Trident FC, going up against each other as well in this round 2 tonight. Going on across the 7th field. You see the action, field 5 there in the distance. There is Miranda. And that's a great save from the free kick. That was really hit well from Andre.
As soon as Andre unleashes this, it's going through traffic, he's aiming for that far side, top corner. Excellent technique to get that ball to knuckle at the last second.
Sebastian D'Angelo, had time with Boca Juniors in his career, is in goal to start tonight for Selección Potrero. Potrero comes from the name of a tournament staged in South America where Aguero has drawn a number of his players from for his team this year. So it's effectively the selection of Potrero. It's the best players of the tournament.
And like being able to run it back with some of your old mates, some of your best friends you grew up with that know you for you before you made it big, and you can see that collective nature of the team. They're pressing, moving together as a unit. This game just is in need of just a change in intensity in the final third from both sides.
Alvaro, good turn, and it's blocked by Alvarado and sent behind for a corner. Halfway through the first half. We wait for the first goal. So Atlético, a 4-2 lead at full time, conceded 3 in target score time. So they were on the end of the second biggest comeback in TST history. the hands of the certified Lions. It's a tumble by another Aguero, goes by the name Mauricio Del Castillo. We've also got Gaston Del Castillo, the two brothers out there, so 3 of them in the roster.
Remember last year, it was on this very field that the two brothers, they lit it up. And they have just that knack for, as the game goes on, as the opposing side gets a bit tired and stretch, you don't want to leave yourself isolated with either of them going 1v1, because it can pick you apart, especially on the dribble.
Carlos Val needs skill across to the left-hand side for Capitano over there. Cohen takes it out. Back in play quickly. Alvaro trying to work it out. They'll use the support of Miranda. Godin's having a breather at the moment, the 39-year-old. 277 games he had for Atlético. And 17 years part of the Uruguay national team. 17 very good ones as well. Breakaway from Potrero, but Cohen's going nowhere there.
You remember the unit, him and Miranda, how formidable they were. Just making the mighty Real Madrid. Oh,
Atlético in behind. It's a nice run and well played in as well for Campuzano. The referee wants to pull play back for a foul in the penalty area. So the stakes pretty high for this one. Potrero know they get through as we watch the foul. They know that they'll be pretty much through if they win. Atlético, well, they will need to win well in their third game to be among the probably the best 8 third-place teams if they're to make it to the round of 32.
Potrero very much looking like they're having drinks on the beach right now, just with the lax way they're playing, and it's wise. You know that you've done the business in the first game, so bait your opponent to come and press you and then get in behind. But it's really well managed so far, especially with the way they're making subs, getting their defensive unit on and then switching as soon as they get possession to get their key attackers.
You heard some people singing as they were coming past the booth a few moments ago. I think it might have been Anthony Gnocco and his group, Pasha Luxury, have been back out there celebrating their victory earlier. What a victory. What a moment that was. One of the scenes of the day, him pulling off his shirt, running to the crowd.
What a day he's had, right?
Yeah.
I think you said, well, he completed football in one match.
Yeah. Now Potrero trying to find a way through. Godin, who's back on the field with the clearance away for this Atlético Madrid team. The rolling substitutes, remember, 3 players will be in the sub box at any one time. There's an assistant over there who's keeping an eye on that. You'll often see almost line changes. Those teams try and rotate as much as possible because the legs at this point are starting to get a bit tired after a long day into the evening. Running out of room there, Gerard Olivier, who scored twice for Atlético Madrid in the first game. Now visit soccer.com, the official store of the soccer tournament.
You been by the merch store?
I haven't had a chance yet. I'm going to head there after this. This is my last game of the day. Ooh, going to go and take a look.
Surely there's a team in green that you have a kit
or
sweatshirt your eye on?
Yeah, a team in green who's won 2 out of 2 as well on their debut. Good save, near post. Oh, that was hit hard. And that was an excellent save.
It's quick reflexes. And Selección, Potrero doing well to just kind of lull this Atlético Madrid side to sleep.
Hung up to the back post and nobody there. João Guerra in goal tonight. Made that super first save. Still we wait for the first goal then. Closing minutes of the first half on this, the first day under the lights now in Kerry. City that, and Raleigh next door as well. All of this part of North Carolina and the town of Kerry, which has embraced this event into a third year and supporting it. And you can see the crowds have come out and really enjoying it. We've got shirts from teams all over the place. We've got Fernando Torres, Atlético Madrid shirt in front of us. A Godin, number 2.
I see a Mohamed Salah, Pedri, Kaká, vintage Milan Kaká.
Yeah, I've seen Messi, Barcelona, and Miami. Ooh.
But it just goes to show that the state of North Carolina, we see it with MLS clubs like Charlotte FC, but the state of North Carolina has always been a soccer hotbed. I remember when I was coming through the youth system, we'd come here to this very complex when it very first opened up, and it was our version of playing in some of the biggest grounds, the best services here in the country.
Here's a break for Madrid. It's Olivier, but unable to control. Their possession back with Potrero.
Diego Godin, the ball caught under his foot. First touch eludes him a bit. And I think it's a testament to this dry surface. Very unlike in the morning when there's a bit of dew. We started to see some of those heavy touches. You think of the Concaifa match as that went on. That's where you have to be clean with your first touch to then get your second right with the slide roll pass.
Good ball into the box. It was looking again for the 2-goal scorer, Olivier, from this morning. It's now El Castillo. Insua out there, Roberto Insua. Goal scorer Gonzalo Garcia not out there just at this moment as the shot goes in there. The goal scorers earlier, Gonzalo Garcia, Racing Club, scoring one of the 2 against Trident. It would be ultimately a 2-0 victory. Franco Romero got the other one. And that was the winner in target score time as well. So he now possesses the Golden Fleece. A lifetime invitation to both this tournament and the basketball tournament.
I wish they gave Golden Fleeces to broadcasters.
Well, what
as well? You know, lifetime invitation.
Delivering a good goal or something like that.
A good goal call. Come on now.
Okay. It's going to be a breakthrough. Final 3 minutes of this, the first half. Selección Potrero curling it to the back post where it's cleared away. And here come Atlético. They were pretty free scoring this morning. Alvaro on the turn, but actually the referee pulls play back. A foul on Machado.
It's a quality change of pace from Alvaro to burst through that number of bodies there in the middle of the park, looking for the return pass, but it wasn't to be.
Did Alvaro overstay his welcome in the penalty area there, possibly?
Just looking defensively at how the two sides are setting up, it's becoming 2 banks of 3, and having played on the field maybe 20 minutes ago, I found that to be the most difficult thing defensively, because you don't want to get sucked back and dropping into your own box. That's where the likes of Godin has to put the line of confrontation and then get players in front of him to put pressure on, get whoever's on the ball to get their head down and maybe get it back to the goalkeeper. It's always going to be a win. It's always going to feel like a moral victory and much needed to slow the game down.
A testament to your fitness. You're looking remarkably sprightly considering you've just come from a game. Very impressive.
Maybe lost 10 pounds just in the second game.
Now then, Gaston Del Castillo stands over this free kick and he hits that one high and right over the top, and that's heading towards the food trucks potentially. So with that, he'll come out. Sergio Aguero stays on the sidelines. We are in the final minute now of the first half, and this is a cagey and cautious encounter we're watching at the moment. Is there to be a breakthrough before half-time? Well, it might come now. Oh, that's a nice turn. He just tried to take it in stride there and just spin, but ultimately the defenders got back to deny Insua. Other end, Edgar Alvaro deflected for the corner, and there should just be time before halftime.
The game's finally started to open up a bit. Both sides showing more courage, more desire to commit numbers forward, looking for that big breakthrough.
Miranda among those sitting it out for the moment. Carlos Corvo looking for Godin. And with that, as it's cleared away, we got a half-time. Scoreless right now. Sergio Aguero, Selección Potrero, 1-for-1 so far. Can't find a way past his former club and some of his former teammates like Godin. It's 0-0. We'll break it down and have the half-time stats on the other side of this break.
Today's broadcast is presented by Coca-Cola, the official fan refreshment of TST.
Welcome back, half-time. Ice cream, I'm sure, tasting good tonight. A warm night in Cary, North Carolina, Wakemed Soccer Park, and the soccer tournament. 0-0 at half-time between these two, Selección Potrero and Atlético Madrid. Here's the numbers, Michael, on that first half we've seen.
Oh, the numbers really don't lie. It's a much more even match for Potrero. You think of some of the chances that they had late on. I think of Insua when he tried to walk it into the back of the net. I would have liked to see him hit that first time with his left foot. On the other end, Atlético, they've had some half chances. Gerard Olivia and the likes of Edgar Alvaro getting the most dangerous looks, but all it takes is one side to be more clinical and more adventurous in the final third to get the breakthrough.
Who will get the breakthrough? Well, we're about to find out in the second half of this one. A second round game in Group L thus far. No way through. 0-0, second half, live next. Welcome back to Cary, North Carolina. Day one of the soccer tournament and the start of the second half between Sergio Aguero's Selección Potrero and Atlético Madrid. Great night for the youngsters out there tonight. Let's remind you of what's going to happen at the end of the second half. Target score time. The target score is set, and that is the leading team score +1. The first to that target score will win the match. Players are removed every 3 minutes, so although they'll start at 7v7, it will go down as we go every 3 minutes until that target score is hit. If this game, therefore, was to finish at the moment as it is now, 0-0, the target score would be a solitary goal, the one goal. It would be a 1-0 win would be enough to take the victory in this one. Certainly something Atlético Madrid are going to need as we go into the second half, considering that they lost their first game, and Selección Potrero, they beat Trident FC 2-0. They'll finish against Certified Lions, who had that amazing comeback against Atlético earlier today. As for the team from Madrid, they will take on Trident FC tomorrow at 4:30 on Field 4. So second half, what a strike that was. Beautifully struck off the right foot of Sergio Aguero. Wide of the target, though.
It's much better movement from Kun Aguero. It's the counter movement that sets up the raking strike. Love that, winding it back a bit, showing a bit of that killer instinct that has won him countless trophies with different clubs.
Absolutely Atlético Madrid legend. There's another one downstairs with our reporter Alexis Nunes. Alexis.
Yes, thanks so much, Tony. I've got the man, the myth, the legend here, Diego Godín. Diego, sé que llevas el Atlético de Madrid en tu corazón, pero háblame porque están jugando otra manera del fútbol, ¿no? Que es un poco difícil. Diego, I know that you have Atlético de Madrid close to your heart, but this is a different type of football. How are you finding it?
Sí, es un formato diferente que obviamente no estoy acostumbrado. Estamos disfrutando de la experiencia, se nota el profesionalismo que hay en todos los equipos, cómo se han preparado para este torneo. Y bueno, la organización la verdad que es increíble y lo estamos disfrutando. Yo sufriendo un poquito porque no venía muy entrenado, pero bueno, nada, disfrutando de vestir esta camiseta que para mí siempre es un orgullo y disfrutando de estar con algunos compañeros.
Well, he said that it's this different type of football that he's still getting used to. He's not really 100% fit enough to keep up with the pace of this tournament, but overall they're all having fun. He says that he's really surprised with the professionalism of the tournament, and they're here for the vibes, but they do want to win. Y últimamente, bueno, sé que perdieron el partido ayer, eso fue sufriendo, hoy, exacto, en la mañana, eso fue sufriendo. Hoy, ¿qué han cambiado para animar el equipo otra vez? I know that you suffered an early loss earlier on today. What have you guys done to kind of lift the spirits back up?
Bueno, justamente lo perdimos en el target en el último tiempo porque íbamos ganando 4-1 bien y una forma de jugar que no entendíamos. Ahora un poco nos informamos más y tenemos un poco más de información y la experiencia de mañana. Así que si cuando nos toque jugar ahora, a ver si nos va mejor.
All right, well, he said that, of course, the team was still getting used to this type of football and the target score and all of that, but he said they had a nice chat, they had a nice break, they had a very cold shower, and now they're back to try and fight for this win. Diego, un placer como siempre. Muchísimas gracias.
Muchas gracias. Un abrazo.
Back to you guys.
Alexis, great stuff. Great to hear from him. And I think because it's their first year, I think they've come here and thought, wow, this is bigger than maybe we realized. So can they adjust?
And it's refreshing to hear him talk about the professionalism. And I know, having played against a lot of former teammates from abroad, it's a testament to how much the game has grown here in the States when we have things like this. And so much is made about the U.S. men's national team and how we need to change things. Well, this is the grassroots sort of soccer environment that you need more of. This is where you can unearth some of the diamonds in the rough. You know, you see it all around the world where you find players from off the street and they go on to become stars. Why not find a player here at TST 77?
Good raid down the left for Selección Potrero. Thomas Granito checking back though. And of course alongside that kind of grassroots feel, which is, it's great to be amongst this kind of festival atmosphere here this week. But of course, huge few weeks coming up. Club World Cup, the Gold Cup. So on the biggest stage as well, the biggest games, the biggest teams are coming to this part of the world. And of course, it's all a year out from the ultimate. That's a chance for Sergio Aguero to turn if he can. They got bodies around him. They're too wise to that. Olivier brings it away. A brace earlier. Oh, good save from the goalkeeper, D'Angelo. He got hold of that.
There's only one thing in his mind, Tony, when he gets across that midfield line, and if he puts it, maybe changes his angle a little bit. You saw when he swings right through it, he's sitting right in the middle of the goal. Oftentimes when you do that, the ball is going to go straight to the goalkeeper, but if you keep on driving towards that far post, and we saw Bukayo Saka put one in the top corner because he changed his angle, we'd have a different conversation.
Sivelli's ball down the right. All the way back it goes to Dani Perez, who's in the Atlético goal. We are still waiting for the breakthrough. 5 minutes into the second half and still poised at 0-0. This is such a big game now for Atlético in particular. Well, they're having to defend and stay tight, but there's nothing you can do. You can't defend a finish like that. Oh, that's an absolute rocket from Thomas Granito. And Selección Potrero break the deadlock. It's 1-0.
All credit has to go to the big man up top, because look at how many players he drives over to him. His second touch, putting his big body right there. As soon as he draws in Diego Godin, time stops still, but take nothing away from Granito, because he looked like that was the $1 million shot. He was thinking of all the money that they could be making from that strike alone.
Well, that is a spectacular way to open the scoring in any game. A rocket into the net. You saw that netting absolutely bulge in front of the spectators at that end of the field. And now Sergio Aguero's men have their noses in front. And the challenge really laid down to Atlético.
It makes you think what might have been from an Atleti standpoint. Olivia had that opportunity where I think he took the shot a bit too early, coming on centrally, and Granito coming in from an angle and just pings it into that near side top corner.
Godin penalised for an over-aggressive challenge on the young Mauricio del Castillo.
It's that right arm. When he comes in, that right arm's just raking over the right shoulder and the back of the head, and every referee's going to call that.
A few jocular words exchanged between them all. And so now the free kick in Sewer. One or two players standing over this. Oh, it's in again!
Better or worse than last time?
It's a second goal, and they are in business now. Federico Frieri.
Look at the wall and look at the goalkeeper. He takes that half step to his right when the wall is set, and that makes all the difference there. If he stands where he initially was, then he would make that save, but as soon as his balance is imbalanced on the right-hand side, it's always going to be a goal. And an excellent placement, though, keeping it on the ground, and it's a sniper's finish.
Frieri making it 2-0, and now an uphill task for Atlético Madrid, a team that had the lead early on in their first game of the tournament, but they've been hit by a brace early in the second half. And now those experienced players in that group are going to have to show their worth and show their mettle to try and find a way back. Two good finishes. As a late challenge, it will be a free kick. Lloyd was saying earlier on, before you were managed to join us, as a yellow card comes out there as well. But just Selección Potrero could put themselves about a bit on the field and involved in quite a physical game against Trident.
They're a balanced side, much more balanced than what we saw from Team Aguero last year. Maybe the change of the name had a lot to do with it. Change of the vibes. And we've seen a lot of this where there's a bit of afters and a lot of swinging elbows, swinging arms. Definitely worthy of a yellow.
Alvaro battling in the penalty area. They'll restart play with the free kick. Lofted deep, and the keeper needed to get there, and he did. And then he's knocked out of the box. Oh, and out comes another card. I think Miranda got that one. D'Angelo feeling the pain.
Didn't see much in it initially, and he had to get another swing of the arms into the face. Miranda has every right to get in front of the goalkeeper, but it's that push into the back. And I saw more of that where he kicks his leg up, but those are the bit of afters that are going to happen in a football match. But these are the sort of moments that it's where the football intelligence, right? On a hot day, you may have gotten poked in the eye from Miranda. Right. But on a hot day, now's your time to give your team a bit of rest. Where you can get your tactics right, you can get a bit of breather, you get everyone on the sideline. And we experienced this with Borussia Dortmund, where every second that you can get your teammates on the sideline to get that extra minute of rest, it'll pay dividends when you get to target score time.
D'Angelo does indeed look like he got a poke in the eye. Reminder of the other game, 7 fields here at TST. The men's in action today, 48 matches today, the busiest day of the week. 16-team women's event gets started tomorrow. You can follow it all. Go to the TST website, and indeed we have 20 games this year across the ESPN networks as well from here in Cary, North Carolina. And look at that, what a beautiful evening it is. And a great day. We are told it could be a little inclement tomorrow, could be some rain on the way, so that will throw an extra wrinkle in and an extra challenge at some of the players. So can Atlético find a way back into this one? 1-2 down. Well, it's all very stop-start at the moment. And the next man to go down is Papiani.
And again, dare I say, a bit of exaggeration. And we're seeing a bit of the dark arts of the game, where any bit of contact from Selección, Potrero, they're going to slow the game down and milk the clock. You have less than 10 minutes. You know that Atleti need goals, and they're playing for their very lives in the group stage.
Oh, there was nearly another chance, incidentally. I think it was Mauricio Del Castillo who got the latest yellow card. There's another chance, goes blazing over. Atletico are living dangerously in the second round on this opening day. All went awry for them in their first round match against Certified Lions. Came into this needing to turn the tables on their former player in Sergio Aguero. Not happening right now. Some good build-up play and some nice connections in the middle of the field. Insua is getting involved.
What a player Insua is. When he's on the field, everything just seems to open up, and it's as if he's got eyes in the back of his head. Clever in his movement, knows where the target striker always is, kind of the conductor of this team.
Well, they're looking pretty comfortable at the moment as Godin intercepts that, but sees his ball forward blocked out. Garcia, the man with the challenge. And we move towards 34 minutes on the clock, so it's regulation time running out. Target score right now would be 3. And well, that's what happened to Atletico earlier. They saw their opponent score 3 against them, so it's certainly far from over just yet. And you never know how something can twist things.
All it takes is one goal. All it takes is a bit of casual play at the back. coming off a game where we had a 2-1 lead and very much passing the ball about, thinking about target score time, and in the blink of an eye, we were in a game that our opponents had no business being in, and then they were back in it, and we lost a bunch of momentum.
Club America 3-0 down, having been beaten earlier, so their tournament could be a short one in their first entrance here. Raleigh Rebels behind at the moment as well in Group K. First half action, Nani FC and Drip FC. And Drip with one of the wins of the day. Here, Selección Potrero holding a 2-goal lead. And Danny Perez taking his chances, but Atlético have got to start thinking about doing that a bit now. As it's played forward by Miranda, and out it goes for a goal kick.
It just isn't happening for Atleti in this match. The ball's moving a bit slow, and that's probably first tournament jitters and still trying to figure things out. I just wonder, Tony, if giving up that lead is starting to weigh in on this group as they approach target score time, because had you won that game, you're coming in with a bit more confidence, you're coming with a bit more aggression. Now they look like they can't wait to get to target score time.
That one's flashing wide. In step, in sewer. Just dragging it wide of the target. Well, now here's a chance because the keeper's committed. Oh, there's a challenge in there as well. But the referee is saying no go to Edgar Alvaro. It's going to be a free kick the other way.
It's good defending from Muriel. It's just being stronger. Because he's just physically more gifted there in the space that Alvaro wants to take advantage of. Nothing much to it.
Way to restart from the far side. And all the way through ultimately. Gonzalo Garcia unable to get on the end of it. Light's taking full effect now. It's darkness above. A cool night with no wind at all in the air. Humidity relatively high, and that's a challenge on the edge of the area that the referee waves away and says, nope, keep playing. It was Corvo that went down. In sewer. Infield it goes. But they're looking comfortable right now, Michael, aren't they? As they move this towards, they want to get into target score time and just wrap this up. It's needing something to affect some change for Atletico. And it's not coming right now.
No, the ball's moving slow, and it's become a 2v2 battle at the top of the box. And when you look at the size of the Potrero defenders, that is always going to be an advantage for him. It's man v man. They're in the back line, and the likes of Insua, because he has the engine to stay on the field, to have a bit of bite defensively, it's about tracking midfield runners, and the two center backs are making it predictable for Potrero.
Miranda has got himself a free kick in a dangerous area. So is this the way back? Great range. Everybody back behind the ball, and the shot in the end catches a stray leg as it was hit by Corvo. When they have hit them tonight, generally Carlos Corvo has been hitting some of the best. We're in the final minute. Can Atlético get one back to give them a real boost going into target score time? It's been largely comfortable for Potrero in this second half.
It really has, nullifying every Atleti attack. As soon as the ball gets in their end, they do such a good job of collapsing on different pockets. This is what good defending looks like. You're moving your feet, you're not taking the bait, and once again, not a foul. You're allowed to keep your hand high. Bit of play acting again from Atleti.
That ball has gone very high as the clock hits 40 minutes play, and then quite a tussle as Alvaro goes down on this near side, and that's a conversation that is not quite over yet. We play on because, of course, we did have a bit of a stoppage. We're going to play an extra 2 minutes, we're told. 2 minutes for Atlético to try and have something to take in to the extra time that will be all about target score time. They're trailing 2-0.
Have to give credit to the Selección Potrero defenders because they have...
Oh, they've got another one. They've got another one really late. And that could be a huge goal as Gaston del Castillo wheels away to celebrate. 3-0 as we head to target score time.
It's the quick release that catches this Atleti side off guard, and that's back-to-back goals now, and maybe all 3 goals have come off quick releases. Taking it first time. Have to question a bit of the goalkeeping, where the goalkeeper's jumping and maybe trying to predict where the ball is going to go. You have to keep your feet, especially when you have the big Miranda in front of you.
Turning into a bit of a toil now for Atletico. 3-0 down. Probably about 20 seconds left before we go to target score time. And that target now is going to be a long way away for Atletico because it sits at 4. They won't want it to be any more than that. All the glum faces on the side there. And the referee calls a halt to proceedings. And Selección Potrero wrap up a 3-0 win in regulation. Now they need to get a 4th. That's the target score. This game continues on the other side of the break. Can Atletico spark a comeback? We'll find out next.
The soccer tournament is presented by Adidas, the official fanwear and performance footwear partner of TST.
And welcome back. Final moments for Atletico Madrid as they try to overhaul a 3-goal deficit going into target score time. Sergio Aguero's group imperious in those first 40 minutes of play. So target score time works like this. The target score's set. It's the leading team score +1. The first of the target score wins. Players are removed every 3 minutes. So start with 7v7 and go progressively down from there every 3 minutes. Target score in this one, the magic number is 4. Needed for Selección Potrero. And the Golden Fleece will also go to the player who gets the game-winning goal, and it means lifetime entry to TST and TBT as well. The Golden Fleece in conjunction with our friends at Adidas. Seen a few of those handed out today. A few players looking forward to lifetime tickets.
Gifted a few players the Golden Fleece today, unfortunately.
Indeed.
Yeah. But I like the twist. I like rewarding players, and players deserve to be rewarded. It's physically so grueling, and I don't think people understand how grueling it is when you have 2 games that you played in the span of less than 24 hours. And yes, the weather has cooled off a bit. Now we're getting the summertime blues, bit of breeze blowing in, but do not underestimate just the weight and the legginess these players are feeling. So to have that bit of extra quality to score the winning goal to punch your ticket, big 3 points, really deserving of Golden Fleece, Golden Ticket, whatever you want, that's golden.
It's a golden goal. Literally, it's going to win it all the $1 million on Monday night with finals night. Here we go then. Target score time. Just the 1 goal needed for Selección, Potrero, and Sergio Aguero. Atlético need 4. They got 4 on the board in their first game, so as we've seen before, you never know. It's not necessarily over. It just takes 1 goal, and then you start seeing the numbers drop, and before you know it, it's a 4v4 game. 1 goal can very quickly lead to 2 or 3 more, and so then it's all changed. So from Potrero's point of view, they just want to put this away quickly, and they might do so. Oh, great save from the goalkeeper. Game-saving save.
Excellent. Just the way he moved his feet, not trying to play guessing games on the cross. It's all about footwork when it comes to dealing with crosses inside the 6. Keep an eye on his footwork. Because his feet are still moving across, he can still be athletic. It's that left knee that really saves the day. But unsung heroes are found in Target Sport Time. Right now, he's leading the way.
And exactly the kind of moment you don't want to happen early on. Don't want to give away that goal. That would have just got Atlético back interested again in the proceedings. And 3-1, as we said, things can change very quickly. Slow pace. Emphasis for Selección to push too many numbers forward, of course, but they do want to wrap up that, get that 4th goal, as we mentioned. And Miranda going in a little too physically.
It's been a battle to watch all night. Doesn't matter who the lead striker is. We've already seen a set-piece goal scored, so for Miranda, he has to be careful where this could be game, set, match.
Frian, the man involved in the altercation. Here's the free kick, and wide it goes from Frian, who scored earlier, remember.
You can start to feel the game getting away from Atleti. Misplaced passes, tired legs lead to silly fouls, as we saw from Miranda. They've been valiant in their effort to continue to stay in the game, but it seems like it's only a matter of time from Potrero.
We're going to go down to 6v6 very shortly, the next stoppage. And it's going to be a free kick. Zivelli too strong, and the referee at this point is going to usher 2 players off. So it's 6v6. Olivier comes out for Atlético. Pablo Fernandez came out as well. Frian, I think, querying whether he should come off or not. He has now. Del Castillo stays on. And Atlético had the chance. There it was. Machado. Big opportunity.
Those are two chances now, Tony, where Atleti could very well be back into this game, but it's a defensive effort that saves that goal. First, it was the goalkeeper that makes the goal line save, and then you have a defender swinging last-ditch tackle to save what looked like a sure-footed goal.
And they're stretching them again. Alvaro, goalkeepers come out and standing tall against his man, and Guerra has done well. But just enough to suggest Atletico are not out of this. Oh, and Alvaro, he tried the cute back heel. It goes just wide.
Atletico having a lot of success down this right-hand side, their right-hand side, getting numbers in around the ball, fighting for everything, fighting for their very lives, and Alvaro trying to redirect it with a cheeky back heel. This makes me wonder if he would have taken that down. The goalkeeper screened right in front what it might have been.
Yeah, it's Franco Acerbi, I should say, who's now who's gone in goal for Selección in these latter stages. So he's the man who's denied them a couple of times in this target score time. Remember, we're 6v6. We're 40 seconds or so away from going down to 5-on-5. An elusive fourth goal at the moment for Selección. And Atletico just hanging around in there. Godin's gone off, running down the right. Oh, opened up for the ball into the box, but Alvaro unable to get on the end of the shot come cross. Machado now. Any moment now we go 5-on-5. Infraction in the penalty area, signaled by the referee. Giornato, 3 seconds. So play resumes with Selección Potrero. Winners already today against Trident FC by 2-0. They're 1 goal away from securing a spot in the round of 32.
And those little moments of 3-second violations in the opposing box, those are moments that, as this Atleti side, should they come back, we hope they come back to TST next year, they'll learn that. And this is the experience that's paying off for this Potrero side, where they're slowing the game down to their liking, getting the right players on the field, and getting some younger bodies who can deal with the transition that comes when you play with less numbers.
So Gonzalo Garcia staying out there on this left side. As play resumes, we're now down to a 5-a-side. And free kick for Atletico. Fernandez injured, or foul, I should say. He was a goal scorer in Atletico's first game of the tournament before it all went awry. Miranda playing it for Guerra, who moves well upfield. And you'll see this with the goalkeepers now when the numbers get more challenged and the teams are smaller. The goalkeepers come out and become very much outfielders. And look at this, he's all the way upfield and he thinks, well, I'll have a go. Always going over.
They want that moment back. It's a low percentage shot, and you see another low percentage shot seeing Guerra off his line, but that's where patience is needed. When the goalkeeper steps in, when Guerra steps into the opposing side, it's 2v1 all over the field, and maybe a bit of shout from the sideline. Calma, make the ball move, get the legs of Fernandez on the ball, driving.
Well, the Atletico have had plenty of the ball. Maybe the tactic is to just wind this down and get it into a 4v4.
Be very wise, and for a side that has been second best for much of the game. It's moments like this from Guerra that, yet again, misplaced pass. He's way off his line. It has to be 100% accuracy, pass accuracy, if you're going to play those entry passes.
Well, they've now subbed the goalkeeper out, and Carlos Corvo is wearing the bib. So it's an empty net at one end of the field. Atletico have decided to go for this. Asunciao, Corvo. We've got Miranda in the middle. Asunciao again. Corvo down to the byline. Oh, they're just playing with it, toying with it. Then he hits it. And, oh, I don't know how that did not go in. It hit the woodwork, and then it bounced to Miranda, and he just couldn't get the angle to force it in.
It's just been that sort of night for Atletico Madrid. Keep an eye when this shot goes. The positioning of Miranda, his feet are static, and it's so unlucky because that's not the person that you'd want on the end of that. If it's anyone else, if it's Asunciao on that far post, then that is a guaranteed goal. And oftentimes, when you have a defender there that's not used to being in that position, that's the end product.
Fired over by Acerbi at the other end. Two more players depart. We go down to 4v4. And it just becomes a little bit more unpredictable at this point. Olivier is on. 2 goals for him in Atletico's first game. Corvo will be the goalkeeper and outfielder, and here he comes now, having just hit the woodwork. Miranda to his right. Atletico trying to cause a sensation on this first day. It's Corvo. Back for Miranda. Oh, they've worked it nicely. Olivier near post. Goalkeeper's there, and now they can surely break. Well, they haven't got any numbers. Oh, it was an empty net, and they've had to hold it up, and now they've allowed Atletico to get back. And so Selección gingerly bring it upfield through Cohen. And Acerbi. Rolling sub is made on the far side of the field. The target score, remember, is 4. It's just 1 goal needed for Selección Potrero. Playing 11.5 minutes now of target score time. Haven't yet had the key goal, and Atletico still firing blanks right now. 1 goal will do it for Potrero. Cohen. Acerbi. Plays it wide to the right. I think that's Aguero back out there, is it?
Yeah, it is. It is. Would love to see him play more centrally in his customary center forward position, but anytime the ball gets out to him, there's going to be a lot of attention paid to him because he's got that intelligence.
Oh, Corvo came in behind. Doesn't matter. It's right foot into the net. Gonzalo Garcia has got the all-important goal. Selección Potrero complete a thumping victory over Atletico Madrid. 4-0 is how it's finished, and they're going on to the round of 32. Great scenes of celebration down there on the field. I think play might have been pulled back for a penalty kick if that final finish hadn't been completed by Garcia. But goal scorer earlier and a goal scorer tonight.
It's excellent movement from Kun Aguero from that baseline, and Garcia's not going to miss that. Miranda trying helplessly to get across the face, but look at Kun Aguero putting his body on the line. I said I'd love to see him come centrally, and he heard the call where he came in off the back shoulder, sacrificing his body, and it's a winning touch.
Winning touch that will yield a golden fleece as well from Adidas. And Sergio Aguero's group have come in to TST this year, and they've won 2 games and not conceded a goal yet.
Wow.
That's an interesting fact in a 7v7 tournament. There we go. There's the golden fleece. Gonzalo Garcia. takes it home for Selección Potrero. Oh, there's a few Man City shirts there that want to be signed. Not surprising as well. He scored 184 goals for them. Let's rejoin Alexis down on the sideline. Alexis.
Yeah, thanks so much, Tony. We have Franco here with us. I've been chasing down players that will be willing to speak English, and he's been the brave one. He had to come on because of the goalkeeper injury as well, but what a victory. Sufriendo un poquito, as we say in Spanish, but your thoughts on the win?
Yes. I'm going to try to speak English, okay? No, but yeah, it was difficult. We were lucky that we scored 3 goals during the game. They give us a little bit of, calm. We were calm in the extra time, so... No, happy for the team. We have a good team, so we'll see how it goes tomorrow and the rest of the days, okay?
You have a very good team and some pretty big names there, like Kun Agüero, of course. What was the message in the break? Because it seemed like everything changed in that second part, especially with that first great golazo.
Yeah, no, it was tough. We knew they were in the back, super tight. We couldn't get in. The idea was to put another player on top, so that helps us a lot. So you're happy for the win and we're going to not celebrate because we play tomorrow, but we're happy in the hotel.
And how are you finding this format of football? Easier, harder than the full 90?
I love it. I'm a goalkeeper that, as you can see, I like to use my feet a lot, sometimes in 11-11. It doesn't happen that often, but here I enjoy it. I love it.
Well, Franco, felicidades, congratulations on the win, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Alexis. So, Atlético Madrid have had a baptism of fire in this competition. 0 for 2 on the day. But Selección Potrero, they are marching on and they wrap it up in the group stage against Certified Lions tomorrow. For all our team, this is Tony Husband and for Mike Lahoud as well, saying farewell, and we'll see you again tomorrow at the soccer tournament.